Hello and welcome to Illuminations with Tiina and Fi Nuggets. I'm Tiina.
I'm Fi.
Hi, Fi.
Hi, Tiina.
We've been talking about inner peace this series this month. We've looked at what it is. We've looked at strategies. And I guess we're kind of continuing with the strategies because we're looking at kind of top tips from our perspective. Fi, do you want to start with your first nugget?
Yes, my first nugget is I listened to a piece of music. So what I did was I anchored into this music. Now, an anchor is just something that you use to resonate and draw out an emotional state. So if you go into a baker's and smell bread baking, it will anchor off a memory. So what you do is you can create an anchor. So this piece of music for me is The Lark Ascending by Vaughan Williams, which I got introduced to when I was only about 20, which is quite late to get introduced to some magical music like that in some ways. And it was a beautiful piece of music and I've always loved it. But about 2 years ago, I was wanting to get myself into a more calm state and I put it on and I anchored in to that piece of music. So I really I got myself into a calm state through just, thinking about what I could see. So I could see the lark as the music played. I could see it visually. I closed my eyes and envision what I could see. And I kind of started feeling what it would be like to be that bird flying and free. And it was beautiful. So now whenever all I need to do is hear the first few, kind of notes. And I'm like, so I hope it, I don't tend to hear it too much in public, but there you go. But actually, at home, I will put it on and I will lie on the floor and I just indulge for however long it is. And it's lovely. That's my piece of music that brings you into a lovely place of inner peace.
Brilliant. I'll do my first one then.
Mm-hmm.
I like to talk about breathing. Most of us go around doing very shallow breathing all day long, year after year, and it's kind of finding a more grounding breath that will, again, we talked about fight or flight, and I'd add freeze to that one. But in our last episode, and breathing is one of those ways to kind of just calm the mind and come back into present state. And I think breathing is such a good one because you can do it anywhere, even in the queue, the supermarket, and just kind of breathing deeply. Now it's kind of nice to close your eyes and kind of get into a zone, which is of course kind of practice that you can do at home or with a group, or why not find something on the internet, like on YouTube, something to follow to kind of focus in. But you can also do it out and about, even when you go to the loo at work, to kind of really breathe deep down into you. And there's different practices, and find one that suits you, as with everything. Just, if you try one thing and kind of go, no, breathing's not for me, well, breathing is for you because otherwise you die, but to kind of connect it to inner peace, and then try something else. It's not all the same. So breathe, for goodness sake.
Yes, and that's a big learning for me. So you're right, and so thank you for that. Breathing, I've definitely learned to breathe better. So, and that's definitely helped. So good point, good one. My second one is I loved your word clarity, and I thought about that. So for me, it's the clarity that came and comes from doing a vision board.
Yeah.
So the first time I did one, as I say, I think was only 3 years ago. And it really is wonderful because I obviously, like you, we work on vision boards in a fairly similar way where we look for desired emotional states. And we talk about this in our book. It's not necessarily, what I want as in houses and cars, is actually what will I gain from those. So it's always looking at the state. And that's what's really worked for me. So I put in inner peace 3 years ago, and definitely that's kind of more part of my world that we're talking about it. But my vision board, doing that last September, really helped to gain clarity again on what I'm looking for. I think it, you know, creates that kind of zoning in, so you start to notice opportunity. So for example, one of my new inner states that I'm looking for, emotional states, is satisfied. And this is an interesting one for me because I'm always in my head, there's a belief. In the past, I have thought, life would be great if only I was £10 lighter, if only I had another bit of money in the bank, if only. And actually, I yearn to be just satisfied. So I'm starting to look at what that might be like when I have it, when I don't have it, and it kind of will contribute then obviously to my peace. So my vision board definitely has really helped. Definitely.
Yeah, that's a great one. Brilliant one. That's truly given me clarity by doing that. Okay, so my last one is something that I come back to again and again and again and again, and for the fear of sounding like an old broken record, well, I'll just bring it up again. Meditation. And again, just like with breathing, you know, just because you tried one kind of meditation, it didn't work, there's a million kinds out there. And it's so easy today. There's apps that you can kind of have, and you can kind of start your morning with just kind of plugging in your headphones and kind of following a guided meditation. You can do transcendental meditation, you can do chanting, you can do breathing meditation, you can do meditation to music. You find your favorite piece of music and you meditate to that. So many different ways to do that. And I think the reason I keep on talking about it is because it's made such a difference in my life, in not just how I feel in my, you know, emotional state, it's also how I behave, you know, and that behavior, of course, then kind of loops back into how I feel, you know, and if it's inner peace, then, you know, that kind of looping thing. I think, well, it's thinking as well. What kind of thoughts do I allow into my head? There's choice there. So it's a trinity, the feeling, the behavior, and the thinking. And the meditation kind of keeps that one rolling around beautifully in a much more calmer way, and provides clarity and alignment and all of that. So, yeah, meditation, I'll say.
Excellent. There are 4 good ones there.
Yeah, I would say so.
So actually, if you think about it, when I put on like ascending, what I'm doing is meditating. I'm having a mindful moment with my music, you know. So that's it. You're right. You can find stuff that works for you.
Yeah.
Just play around and have a go, and it's important.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. That's a very good point, actually, for all of this, is that there's so many strategies. It's finding what works for you. These are just 4 that we would recommend.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Good.
Tiina.
So that ends our Inner Peace series this time around. I'm sure we'll loop back to that in different ways as we do. Thank you for that, Fi. And you, as the listener or watcher, if you've enjoyed this, let other people know as well, because others might enjoy it too. Good. I'll see you next time, Fifian.
See you next time, Tiina. Bye now.
Bye.